Until the silence barks, a cry for abandoned animals in rural areas. In the heart of rural regions, where countless caps stretch into the horizon, the silent crisis unfolds. The abandonment of pets. Far from the cities and the public eye, dogs and cats are left begging without food, veterinary care, or shelter. This issue, fueled by poverty, lack of education, and social indifference, poses a growing threat to both animals and the people living in these areas.
In rural areas where peace seems to feel every corner and innocent reality lies hidden, as weak moral dogs wander through those depend searching for food, what or a kin hat. For them, the countryside is not freedom, it is abandonment, and serving has become and daily water.
For years, rural families have faced hardships when forced to choose between feeding a child or an animal. The decision is painful. Others believe that animals can't survive on their own, and so began a chain of abandonment that today feels endless.
Good afternoon. I hope you are well today. My name is Lady Santana. I am going to conduct a short interview with you about pet abandonment in rural areas. Are you aware that there is a problem of pet abandonment in rural areas?
Okay, hello. Okay, yes, I am aware that there is a significant issue with abandoned animals in that areas. This problem has been growing, especially due to factors as the lack of financial resources, the lack of knowledge about appropriate animal care, and the lack of awareness about the consequence of abandonment.
What is your opinion on this issue?
Okay, I believe this issue is an issue that has existed like for many years. However, with the rise of the social media, like Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, it has become like more evident the issue. Often the reason of abandoned animals in rural areas can attribute to various factors. Like first, sometimes it's due to economical reasons. Maybe people may not have the financial resources to properly care for an animal, considering the cost of food, for example, the veterinary care or the medical bills, and any expenses related to the illness or accidents that can happen, just happen. And these are significant expenses that people need to be prepared in case something happen. And additional, I would like to say that one of the major causes of abandonment is related to animals in heat. For example, when dogs or cats are in heat, they are often abandoned to prevent unwanted litters, and we all know what happens when that happens. I mean, when the animal is in heat, is left unattended, it results in many puppies or kittens, which further contributes to the issue of animal abandonment. So, for example, if you abandon a dog, and if she is in heat, you are not going just abandon one dog. You are abandoning maybe 10 dogs, 12 dogs. So that's really complicated.
Understand. Tell us what you have observed about the community is behavior regarding pet abandonment.
Okay, in most cases, people tend to be quite apathetic and insensitive, so they don't care, they don't help, they don't see the need of an animal. So especially in those areas, there are so many. There are some people, just some, not so many. Some people that really helps and provide food and water and maybe shelter, so the animals can can take a shelter. I mean, that's redundant. Okay, take a shelter from rain or sun, but the most of the people is like really don't care about the animals. They are like really reflects indifferences, and they don't help. So it's really sad, and people don't really help.
Could you describe a time when you found an abandoned pet? How did you react in its case?
Okay, I mean, I really love animals. I like to help animals, so I rescue a lot of animals. I have rescued, like for many years, a lot of animals. I lost how many, but whenever I can rescue and help an animal, I will do so. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a dog or a cat or a cow. It doesn't matter. I really love animals and I like to help. So I believe the most important thing is to provide immediately care to assess the animal's condition. I mean, if they need food or maybe medical assistance or just give them a shelter. So if I can help, my reaction has been always and it will be always been helping the animals.
What circumstances do you think led people to abandon pets?
Well, I mean, as I mentioned it in the first question, I believe there is many factors that lead people to abandon their animals. I mean, often it's like due to a financial resources or financial reasons. Sometimes people have to move. For example, they have to move from one house to another house, or maybe from one city to another city, or even to another country. So they left their animals just there. And sometimes, for example, maybe in their near places, maybe they don't allow new pets. So that could be another reason. So when people abandon animals when they have to move, there might be also family issues. For example, I know a fight, a divorce, something like that in a family, and the animals is, I mean, they are really left behind. What else? But I mean, most in the cases, the primary factor for me and for my experience, it's like economic, like completely economic. It's maybe hard sometimes to provide them food and all the veterinarian care that they need. And additional, for example, if the pet is a puppy or a kitten, the owners lack the patience to train and properly raise them. So they can cause many troubles at the home. So the family prefers to abandon the animal, instead really give them a really good train to have a really good dog. So I think that is like the reasons.
Hello, my name is Ana Maria Rojas Ocha. I am conducting a short questionnaire about pet abandonment in this area as part of an education project. The person answering the questionnaire is Nancy Valencia. Here as well will remain anonymous and will be used only for academic purpose. And the question number 1, are you aware that there is a problem of pet abandonment in rural areas?
Yes, every day we see cases of mistreatment and pet abandonment caused by people who don't understand the responsibility of having a pet, don't sterilize them, and prefer to abandon litters every 6 months.
Okay. Question number 2. What is your opinion on this usage?
There is still a lack of education in society, and people must understand that animals are sentient beings who also have the right to a dignified life.
Okay. Number 3. The use what you have observed about the community behavior regarding pet abandonment.
There are people who are very indifferent to the mistreatment and abandonment of voiceless beings. Abandonment is never an option. It condemns them to die in silence.
Number 4. Could you describe a time when you found an abandonment pet? How did you react in this case? Could you describe a time when you found an abandonment pet? How did you react in this case?
In the municipality of Uate, Cundinamarca, pet abandonment cases happen daily. Usually, they are brought from rural areas or neighboring towns and left on the street. From the Animal Defense Board, we rescue, sterilize, and find responsible homes. It's always better to adopt than to buy.
Okay. And number 5. What circumstances do you think led people to abandon pets?
Lack of physical, economic, and mental resources. We must consider everything involved in having a pet. We should inform ourselves whether a cat or dog is more viable in the home. Be aware that a pet lives about 15 years and has different needs.
Okay. And number 6. What action do you think could be implemented in the community to prevent pet abandonment?
Constant education and awareness campaigns about responsible pet ownership should be implemented, especially in rural areas where there is still much ignorance. It could also be essential to strengthen free or low cost sterilization programs, create more visible sanctions for those who abandon animals. Additionally, local institutions should support adoption networks and increase visibility of abuse cases to raise community awareness.
Okay. Question number 7. Will you be willing to participate in awareness, adoption, or responsibility pet care campaigns? Will or will not?
Yes, absolutely. I already participate in the Animal Defense Board in Uate. where we rescue, sterilize, and find responsible homes for abandoned animals. I firmly believe that community action and education are key to stopping this problem. Animals have no voice, and it is everyone's duty to be their voice, defend their right to a dignified life, and teach others that adoption is always a better option than buying.
Okay, thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you.
Animal abandonment is not only a matter of compassion, it is a social and public self issue that demands collective responsibility. The solution begins with education, community actions, and the will to transform this long-standing problem. Many rural areas are now promoting awareness campaigns, vaccination days, and free sterilization service. Youth volunteers, community leaders, and individuals like Ana Maria show that even a small action can lead to powerful change.
Rural areas have seen both suffering and solidarity. While some turned away, others stepped forward. These animals were once forgotten, but now they are remembered. They have found shelter, second chance, and most importantly, hope. And hope this summit in we can and will, one rescued at a time.